everyone, welcome back to another Work in Progress Wednesday. Even though it's not the first Wednesday of the month, it's the first Wednesday of the month. Next Wednesday was my birthday, so the third Wednesday of this month. Yeah, I feel really bad I didn't get this up. I was trying to plan, getting it up in time, but life, that's the best way I can phrase it. And I'm back to being downstairs again for this video because I've been stuck in my house all day, working from home, and I'm just so tired of being upstairs. I need like a change of scenery for this, because yeah. So today is Work in Progress Wednesday. Also, I apologize in advance because I sound very congested. The other day at work, I was in a very, very dusty building and have more or less not stopped sneezing since. So, yes, I sound awful. I know that. But yeah, today's Work in Progress Wednesday. I've got a box of all... Actually, this isn't really a Work in Progress Wednesday. This is a craft fair prep, honestly. This is a craft fair prep. But, yeah, I got a craft fair coming up in... the middle of August right now. In 1 month. Let's say it's the third weekend of September. And while I've been working on stuff here and there, like I said, I know the first Work in Progress Wednesday. I showed a bunch of half-finished plushies and everything. That's gonna be all brought with me to this this fair. But I'm gonna go through this box of what I bring out. Most of like all the finished stuff from previous craft fairs, to see what exactly I have, what I need, and what yarns I need to order. Do I need any more like plushy eyes, or safety eyes rather, just to have like a better idea of like where I stand on this. And yes, I know this is probably something I should have thought of ahead of time, but I'm me and I procrastinate. Let's be honest, I'm gonna be working on stuff literally up until the night before, and then probably still that first day, still working at stuff at the fair, and still the night before the last day, because I've done that before. And let's see what we got right now. Okay, doesn't want to open from this side for some reason, but oh. So these are not things I have made. These are little cat lights that they got a little solar thing on the back. We put them on the tables at outdoor fairs because they look cool. And the very first time we were supposed to do an outdoor fair, they said to have lights because it was gonna go till a little later, like 7-ish, and if it got dark, lights. So we got these, I think, at a dollar store, and they come with us to all the fairs now. So put my little cat lights to the side. Box of things. Actually, let me move the tablecloth I use for one of the tables. Tablecloth. Put it there for now. And the first things that I saw in here were, they're actually like photo containers that you put pictures in, but I've been using them to transport all the jewelry that I have, because yes, I do jewelry too. Do a little bit of everything. The name I have, I don't want to say it's a business or a company, even though that's kind of what it is, but it's called Jack's Box because my thing was, well, originally I started off with jewelry, and from there I was like, well, I want to do more than jewelry because I know how to knit, and I know how to crochet, and I know how to make scarves and plushies and cross stitchings and all these other things. So it ended up becoming okay, well, Jack's Box sounds like jewelry box, kind of. And in my head at 3 in the morning when I was making the Etsy store, this is what came to my mind. But sounds like jewelry box, but then Jack because like jack of all trades kind of thing, and it made sense in my head several years ago at 3 in the morning. So unfortunately I'm stuck with it. But yeah, I got a lot of pendants in here. Looks like jewelry wise I'm kind of all set on stuff. There's still a lot in here. I got this box of all shell necklaces that I really, really like. I kind of wish, I mean, let's be honest, the only thing that really kind of sells for me is the plushies, but I just like making all this stuff, you know, in the hopes that maybe it'll sell, but if not, they're fun to make. But then I end up with so much jewelry and so much of all this other stuff that's like, well, now what do I do with it? But yep. So jewelry to the side. I've got, oh god, there's more boxes of jewelry. Wow, they were buried underneath things. So more jewelry. Put those to the side. Let's see. I've got, a ton of these ruffle scarves because the yarn for these was getting discontinued, so I got a bunch of it for fairly cheap, and made all these ruffle scarves with it, and they're nice. I like them, but they don't sell, even though I got them for like, I think I put them for like $4 or $5 each when I go to fairs, but they never sell. And again, it was another thing where it was fun to make, and I liked making them, and now I'm stuck with a bunch of them. So many. These front ones are actually really pretty. I might actually keep that one for myself. That one's really pretty. But either way, jewelry and ruffle scarves, I think I'm good on. Side. Alright, now I've got a bunch. Oh god, there's still more. I know I had more than this. I know these did not sell. Anyway, more just normal scarves. Again, just really pretty. They, again, never really seemed to sell, but they were fun to make, and now I've just got too much of them. Put that there. Even there's going to be another box somewhere because this does not feel like enough. These next ones coming up are Harry Potter scarves that I made, which apparently I only have one of each of. Again, there's no way. I know I had like so many more. There's gonna be another box somewhere, but I know this is like the main box I bring with me because it's got the tablecloth in there. It's got the wire crate things I use for displays. But if that's true, then I only got one of each Harry Potter scarf. I gotta make some more of those. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. The duct tape was just stuck to the paper in there, which is not really that important. The paper's not that important. The duct tape is. The duct tape is very important. But looks like I've got some. I've got 3 dice bags, which look like dragon scales. So when you put the dice in them and you close it up, it looks like a dragon egg. So it looks like I got 3 of those in various colors. Yeah, this was never really it was fun to make, and it never really sold, even though like inside's got like black fabric, so it's like nice and like smooth, so you don't have to worry about like the dice like falling through or anything. But I don't know if I should make any more of these. I might do maybe one more, but I'm not sure. I'll just put those in the probably not category. Let's see what's in here for plushies. Oh, I got a Bulbasaur, and I got an Eevee. Oh god, that's it. Huh. And there are 2 Pokeballs. And everything else that's left in here is just bags and papers. Like I said, my duct tape. There's got to be more than this, because if not, this is a problem. I'll be right back. I know for you it's been a second, but it's been like close to half an hour. For me, I just dug through everything in my garage and everything in the back storage room and underneath the stairs. I think the garage was the worst part because I found more of my stuff in the garage in the back corner where it's very, very dusty and very, very spider webby and where there is no light. And let's use my phone as a flashlight to try to find the rest of my stuff. But I found more stuff you can't really see from this angle, but there's more stuff, which is good because I was starting to also stress out because I know this isn't the only box of my craft fair stuff, but then I was thinking, where's all the yarn that I use for making the plushies and everything? And so it's really hot down here because up until maybe about an hour ago, the power was off, so the air conditioning was off. So, sorry. Okay, I'm good. So, further back there in boxes that I was peeking in through with my flashlight because they were in such an awkward place I couldn't get to them, I got a bunch of, or I say a bunch, I got 3 cross stitches that are done and the backs have been sealed. I got a Pikachu and a baby Groot and a Mewtwo. So, I know I had cross stitches, which are good because this box is filled with like sandpaper, or not sandpaper, sawdust. Sorry, random. I see sawdust on the side of this, which I'm confused by. Alright, let's see. This is, again, another one of my craft fair boxes because I can see convention paperwork from the last Comic-Con. Looks like there's yarn, there's my little swear reader for credit card payments. There's yarn that I need, oh thank God. Looks like this is going to be a Detective Pikachu. I know exactly what I was doing on this one, because I remember, because I made one already, and gave it to my friend because it didn't sell, so, oh, these were the original business cards I made. We're gonna hide those and burn them. I've got better, nicer ones now, which I got at the start of COVID because I ordered them, like, at the beginning of March, and they came to me in April, and everything was a disaster by April. Okay, so, this is a good box. We need this box. There's yarn in there. Alright, another one of my boxes. Like I said, I just pulled everything out, more or less, which, not gonna use either. I don't know what. Oh, good. We're saved. Oh, these are tiny safety eyes. We might not be. I found, sorry, yarn stuck to one of them. We've got cat safety eyes that I use for the Cthulhu's. We've got some red ones that I use for one of the evolutions. And we've got tiny safety eyes, which I don't remember what I used these ones for, but now I'm stressing out because... And then we got regular blue safety eyes, but I used them for one project, but they gave me like so many, I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of them. I guess in theory, if I had to, I could spray paint those ones black, because these are like the size I need, pretty much. But, ooh, I might have to order more safety eyes. Okay. This box is taped shut. This was from when I was planning to move earlier this year. I had boxed all this stuff up because I didn't think I would need it yet. But written on here, we got yarn, we got shawls I've made. That's another thing I've made shawls before. We got cross stitches, and we got the blanket of infamy, which you can see right here. And honestly, that's going to be its own separate video one day, the blanket of infamy. And I will go into the story of why it is called that, but I'll have to go through this off camera because I don't have anything over here where I can open this. So you are gonna go up there for now. Okay. Okay. bins and everything are really, really dusty. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is good. Yes, yes, there's scarves in here. I knew I had more scarves somewhere, but again, not really ones I really brought with me or anything. But, yeah, this is good. These are some of the yarns that I use for plushies. The Cthulhu yarn. Okay, perfect. Perfect. There's another blanket at the bottom of this, but that's one of my, it's for me. I don't bring blankets with me to fairs because they take too long to make, and no one would ever pay, the price of what it costs to make one. All these boxes are, like, so dusty and so dirty. Like, what the heck? Okay, this one. Got stuck to a knitting needle. Oh, it's not a knitting heel. It's a Tunisian crochet hook. Nice. I'm gonna put that to the side. Those are always helpful to have around because I thought I only owned one of them, but apparently I own two. We got another ruffly scarf. We got looks like more yarn. We got, I think I just unraveled this. I think this is one that was in a work in progress because that just sounded like unraveling. I did. Nope, it's knotted at the ends. Well, that's another scarf. Again, more. Okay, something is stuck on something. I feel like this was a box that I got yelled at for having too much stuff around, and things just got thrown into wherever because I got yelled at for just having stuff around, and I just threw it wherever so people would be quiet. This is another cool scarf I made. I always thought this one was really, really nice, but again, it was never really. No one ever really liked it. I thought it was really cool. It's got like the really cool ruffles and everything, but okay. So I got that. Looks like got more yarn. We got more jewelry stuff. Come on, I'm looking for safety eyes. Where are all my safety eyes? Looks like most of the yarns in here are for the Blanket of Infamy. So, yep. It's a lot of Blanket of Infamy stuff. Okay, I kind of know most of what's in this last one, but it better kind of be my saving grace because this is everything I could find. I know most of this stuff is like more display things. Blank fabric. Save that for cross stitches. We got fabric for the backs. Oh, okay. What do we got on the black fabric? Nothing. I can use that for something. These felts for backs and cross stitches. Got some. Got one more. I don't really even know what I was going for this one. It was kind of a shawl. It was kind of a scarf. It's nice, but okay. That was my last box. So I gotta find those frickin' safety eyes, or I gotta order more, and I gotta order them like today then. Alright, well this was me going through all of my stuff for craft fairs, and in the next video for this will not be the Blanket of Infamy like I was thinking of doing. It will be me stressing the frick out over my craft fair. Bye guys!